6 habits that attract success. There are 2 types of people in this world. Those who chase success, like hungry wolves in the night, always running, always empty-handed, and those who understand an ancient secret. Success is not something you hunt, it's something that hunts you. When you become the right person, in the right way, with the right habits, success has no choice but to find you. Most people have it backward. They believe success is hiding from them, playing games, making them suffer. But here's the truth that will disturb your sleep tonight. Success is standing in plain sight, watching, waiting for you to grow into someone worthy of carrying it. The ancient Babylonians knew this. So did the Jewish merchants, the Roman philosophers. They understood that wealth flows towards certain behaviors, like water flows downhill. It's not personal, it's natural law. Today, I'm going to share with you 6 ancient laws that have created more millionaires, more fulfilled lives, more quiet fortunes than any other principles known to man. But here's what will shock you at the end. The 6th law reveals why 94% of people will never experience true abundance, even if they know these secrets. Comment, "I'm ready," if you're prepared to become someone who cannot ignore. And let's discover the first law that separates the abundant from the desperate. Number 1, the law of extra measure. Most people do exactly enough. They arrive precisely on time, leave exactly when allowed, give exactly what's required. Then they wonder why abundance passes them by. But the awakened understand a different truth. The realm of extraordinary lives just 15% beyond ordinary. This isn't about working yourself to death. This is about understanding where treasure hides. In ancient Babylon, there lived a merchant named Alakad. Every morning, while other traders slept, he was already in the marketplace, studying the goods, learning the prices, building relationships, not to impress anyone, but to invest in himself. When others closed their stalls at sunset, Alakad stayed a little longer, counting his coins, planning tomorrow, sharpening his mind. The extra hour in the morning was quiet, focused, free from chaos. The extra 30 minutes in the evening, that's when breakthroughs happened. The deeper truth Alakad discovered: the extra mile is a lonely road, but that's where all the gold waits. Starting tomorrow morning, arrive 15 minutes early. Stay 15 minutes longer, not to impress your boss, to transform your identity. That extra 30 minutes daily equals 125 hours yearly, 3 full work weeks of advantage. While others sleep, you're building an empire. Those who dare to give a little more live in a realm where attention, respect, and rewards gather. But this is only the beginning of ancient wisdom. The 2nd law reveals how the wisest minds in history built fortunes while others remained poor. Number 2, the law of eternal learning. Most people stopped learning the day they left school. They think education is a destination, not a journey. But here's what the prosperous have always known: readers are leaders, and leaders read. This isn't about scrolling social media or skimming headlines for gossip. This is about intentional expansion of mind, of spirit, of possibility. The ancient Jewish scholars had a saying: make your books your companions. Let your cases and shelves be your pleasure grounds and gardens. They understood something profound. Formal education will make you a living. Self-education will make you a fortune. In the libraries of ancient Alexandria, scholars would gather before dawn, not because they had to, because they hungered for wisdom. They knew that books were not just pages. They were teachers, silent mentors, doorways to other worlds. One scholar named Marcus spent every morning reading the thoughts of dead philosophers, learning from merchants who lived centuries before, studying the minds of kings and conquerors. He built an inner world so rich that even when barbarians burned the city and took everything he owned, he remained wealthy in wisdom. The deeper truth Marcus discovered: what they can take from your hands, they cannot take from your mind. For the next 21 days, read for 30 minutes each morning, before checking your phone, before the world makes demands. Choose books that stretch you, biographies of the great, philosophy that challenges, psychology that reveals, 30 minutes daily equals 182 hours yearly, 4.5 work weeks of wisdom, a compound that has been over a decade. The library becomes your vault of hidden treasure. But the third law cuts deeper than knowledge. It reveals the one promise that determines whether you'll ever truly trust yourself. Number 3. The law of sacred promises. Most people keep their word to others, but casually break their word to themselves. Every snooze button hit, every "I'll start Monday" excuse, every abandoned commitment to your own growth. These aren't just missed opportunities, they're acts of self-betrayal. But the awakened understand a sacred truth. Your relationship with yourself determines every other relationship in your life. When you break promises to yourself, you're telling your subconscious, "I cannot be trusted." And once you lose trust in yourself, confidence crumbles. Dreams die. Momentum stops. In ancient Rome, there lived a young senator named Aurelius. Each morning he would make small promises to himself. "Today I will write 3 pages. Today I will walk the gardens. Today I will practice patience with difficult people." His friends mocked these tiny commitments. They seemed insignificant, childish even. But Aurelius understood something they didn't. Every small promise kept. It was a brick in the foundation of his character. Every tiny commitment honored. It was proof to his soul that he could be trusted. Years passed. While his friends complained about their circumstances, Aurelius ruled an empire, not because he was perfect, but because he was consistent. The deeper truth Aurelius discovered: discipline isn't punishment, it's self-respect in action. Starting today, make one small promise to yourself each morning. Drink 8 glasses of water. Write 1 paragraph. Walk for 10 minutes. It doesn't have to be big, it just has to be real. Keep that promise no matter what. For 30 days straight. Watch your identity transform. Those who honor their word to themselves become magnetic to opportunities others never see. But the 4th law reveals something even more powerful. It's the secret the wisest leaders have used to unlock the mysteries hidden in every conversation. Number 4. The law of sacred listening. Most people listen to respond, to impress, to be heard. They treat conversations like battlegrounds where words are weapons and silence is weakness. But here's what the truly powerful understand. Listening isn't passive, it's predatory. When you listen with intention, you don't just hear words, you harvest wisdom. You gather intelligence, you build influence. The ancient Jewish Talmud teaches, "Who is wise? One who learns from every person." Every person you meet has lived a life you haven't, make mistakes you can avoid, learned lessons you can claim. In the markets of ancient Damascus, there was a trader named Hakim. While other merchants shouted their wares, Hakim would sit quietly, listening to customers, learning their needs, understanding their fears. He discovered that the wealthy widow needed security. The young merchant craved respect. The traveling scholar sought convenience. Hakim didn't just sell goods, he solved problems he heard in the silence between words. Within 5 years, while the loud merchants struggled, Hakim owned half the marketplace. The deeper truth Hakim discovered: people who feel heard are more likely to hear you. For the next week, practice the 2-1 ratio. Listen twice as much as you speak. Ask one deep question in every conversation, then resist the urge to jump in. Let the silence do the work. People will tell you everything you need to know. If you're patient enough to wait for gold, when you truly listen, strangers become teachers and conversations become classrooms. But the 5th law cuts to the core of everything. It's the one principle that separates the architects of destiny from the victims of circumstance. Number 5. The law of total ownership. Most people live as victims of their past, their circumstances, their bad luck. They have a catalog of excuses, ready for every failure, polished for every disappointment. But here's the truth that will set you free. Nothing changes until you change. As long as your story includes blame, you remain powerless. And powerlessness is the opposite of prosperity. The moment you take 100% responsibility, not partial, not convenient, but total ownership, you stop reacting to life and start shaping it. In ancient Greece, there was a philosopher named Epictetus. Born a slave, beaten and broken, given every excuse to surrender. But Epictetus understood something his masters didn't. They could chain his body, but not his mind. They could control his circumstances, but not his responses. He taught, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. While other slaves complained about their fate, Epictetus studied philosophy, built his inner strength, chose his responses. Eventually, he gained his freedom, not through rebellion or luck, but through the power of ownership. He became one of history's greatest teachers. His words still echo through the centuries. The deeper truth Epictetus discovered: your results are always a reflection of your responses. Starting today, eliminate these phrases from your vocabulary. It's not my fault. I can't help it. That's just how things are. Replace them with, what can I learn? How can I improve? What's my next move? Own your results, even if you didn't create your circumstances. For 21 days, take full responsibility for everything in your life. When you live like this, mentors appear, partners emerge, opportunities knock, because the universe responds to those who own their power. But the final law is the most dangerous thing. It reveals why 94% of people will never achieve the abundance they dream about. Number 6, the law of conscious association. Most people are unconscious about the most important choice they make every day, who they surround themselves with. They think friendship is about comfort. Loyalty is about never changing. Love means accepting limitations. But here's what will disturb your peace. You become who you spend time with. Not maybe, inevitably. Your income will be the average of your 5 closest friends. Your mindset will mirror those you see most often. Your future will reflect the conversations you engage in daily. The ancient proverb warns, he who walks with wise men becomes wise, but a companion of fools suffers harm. This isn't motivational fluff. It's an observable law. In medieval Florence, there lived a young artist named Leonardo. While other painters gathered in taverns, complaining about their patrons, gossiping about their competitors, Leonardo sought out the masters. Engineers who built impossible machines, philosophers who questioned everything, scientists who dissect reality. He didn't just want to paint, he wanted to understand the anatomy of greatness, the geometry of genius, the physics of possibility. Leonardo's associations didn't just influence his art, they transformed his entire being. He became not just a painter, but an inventor, scientist, and visionary. The deeper truth Leonardo discovered: your next level won't come from your comfort zone. It'll come from your connections. This week, audit your associations. List your 5 closest relationships. Ask yourself honestly, do they lift you up or pull you down? Do they dream bigger or smaller than you? Do they talk about ideas or just problems? For the next 30 days, limit time with dream killers by 50%. Increase proximity to greatness by 25%. Join groups where you're the least successful person. Read books by people living the life you want. Listen to conversations that stretch your thinking. Yes, you may outgrow some people. That's not arrogance, it's evolution. Energy is contagious. Choose your infection carefully. Now you know the 6 ancient laws. Laws that have commanded success to find the worthy for thousands of years. Extra measure in your efforts. Eternal learning for your mind. Sacred promises to yourself. Sacred listening to others. Total ownership of your results. Conscious choice in your associations. But here's the shocking truth I promised. 94% of people will read this, nod their heads, feel inspired for a moment, then change nothing. They'll go back to ordinary effort. Stop learning after today. Break promises to themselves tomorrow. Talk more than they listen. Blame others for their results. Drift back to dream killers. Because knowing isn't becoming. Information isn't transformation. Inspiration without implementation is delusion. The question isn't whether these laws work. They've worked for centuries. The question is, will you work them? If you're ready to stop looking successful and start becoming successful. If you're ready to stop chasing abundance and start attracting it, comment ancient wisdom below. Share this with someone who needs to wake up. Their future may depend on it. And remember this eternal truth. Those who dare to give a little more, learn a little more, keep their word a little better, listen a little deeper, own their results completely, and choose their circle wisely. Live in a realm where success has no choice but to find them. Your journey to abundance begins the moment you decide to become someone worthy of it.